Hi Jessica, this is Claudia Cero. Today, March the 2nd. I want to give you some feedback on the information that you sent me. So initially, I'm happy to know that you are working. Too much work ahead. So I'm going to split my feedback in 3 sections. 1, what you did. 1, what you have to do. And 2, where you find the resources. So initially, what you did, it's a good start. So at least let's say that you are having a topic and you know that you have to have certain sections and certain documents. So it's important. As you can see, you are very behind the work, and of course in this moment you are not talking about a proposal. You are talking about a document that is going to be your research report. So I want you to have that very clear. Here you will see my comments, so it's very important that you read them with care and understand. Even I also suggested some resources for you to check. My preliminary concern is the justification you have to give to the need of collaborative reading strategies. So that is something that has to be done immediately. Why the need? So you need, for that purpose, a need analysis that actually supports that your population needs reading and your population needs collaborative reading strategies. So if it is if you have something similar to that, or if you have like a survey or a questionnaire or something like that, it's important. If you design a survey, it's important, or any test, that we can see the reading level of your students. It's also important their perception or comments about collaborative learning, so what they know, what they like, and of course everything about what else, the collaborative reading level and reading comprehension. So in this way you will be able to support what your students do, what your project is going to be about. So you can tell, hey, my school needs this project because the students actually show this and this and this. Collaborative reading strategies is an interesting topic that indeed, if you go to Google, for example, let me see if I have it open, and you just type collaborative reading strategies, you will find millions of let's say information and documents and websites regarding that using collaborative reading. So I found 84,000 and even more, 84 million different results regarding collaborative reading strategies, meaning that is a topic that many people have researched on. If you go to Artículos Académicos in Google Scholar, you will probably find collaborative strategic reading, the effects of explaining and reasoning, the using of reading strategies, promoting reading comprehension, content, and English acquisition through collaborative reading, strategic reading, etc., etc. So something that you have to do, my dear, is to read and read and read and read at least 10, 12 good articles that actually talk about collaborative reading strategies. The second exercise that you have to do is going to the website of the university, Acceso de Bases de Datos, and you go to one of the resources that you will find. So I have already done the process. I write, for example, collaborative reading strategies, and you will also find some research regarding that topic. This is only looking at a certain point. So you have JSTOR, you have I found here 49 different articles. So the plan is that you actually find the gap. So you need to find the gap. The third exercise that you have to do is going into the website of the university. Let me show you where. To this one, Intellectum Unisabana, that if you go to the website of the university, Biblioteca, Repositorio Institucional, and here you write collaborative reading, as I have done it, you can see it, collaborative reading strategies, collaborative strategic reading, so you find like the terms. You will find some research reports that your colleagues already did, so the plan would be that you actually read some of them, so they will be part of your literature state of the art, right? Because the plan is that you don't reinvent the wheel. You are not reinventing the wheel. What you are doing is continuing with a process and testing the process in your scenario, unless you find something different and you change a little bit the mode of your research. But so far, it's a regular paper on how to improve reading through collaborative reading strategies. Be aware that whatever you include in the research question has to be part of the theoretical framework. So for the moment, the effects of teaching and monitoring, so they are not part of the framework, so meaning that probably these questions should be redefined based on your reading. When we are talking about collaborative reading strategies, which ones are we talking about? And when you're talking about reading comprehension, what does it mean? And when you talk about young learners, what does it mean? Because every single word here, it's part of the theoretical framework. I'm sorry. I'm not certain if you actually want to talk about young learners or if you want to talk about your A1 learners at whatever school or university. That's something that you have to decide. The rest, let's say that is still too much reading is necessary, and I think that as you read you will find pretty interesting constructs that you will probably have to use. For the moment, let's say that you have said these are the ones, but it comes from reading. It comes from articles that you have read. So I have taken some of them, and I will also find some others that I have chosen for you. You will be receiving in my email a document that is called a checklist for the final research report. The plan is actually, Jessica, that you consider what the elements of each section of your report. When you see this, you will find out that still you are very behind the process. So the plan is that you start working and never stop working till you actually finish the process. What is interesting is that your research report will be like a short-term study, nothing complicated, but you have to be smart in order to actually choose what to do, how to work, etc., etc. Once you read articles, it's very important that you pay attention, for example, to the research design. In all the studies, you find research designs. So you will say, oh, I think that in the 5 students that I have read, they use something, so I will do exactly the same, and that will be part of the justification. Same as the pedagogical intervention. Pay attention how and what the researchers did in order to implement the strategy. This one will come later, but anyway, it's part of that. Here I posted like what you need to consider there. So all of these and probably less, if you check in one document that I sent you when you were probably at the beginning of probably in the middle of the program and in one of the residential sessions. So these are like the basic, let's say, stages of research. So you need to actually give a deadline. And I want you to keep into consideration these, let's say, dates that are the dates for graduation this year. Since you finish all courses in January, the idea would be that you graduated by June the 9th. But if you read here, you will see the amount of work that has to be done. You have to have a paper, your paper has to be approved, a reviewer has to give you feedback. With the feedback, you have to improve that version. So it's better that you push yourself to actually work hard, because since the last time it has been a waste of time, and still we continue in a waste of time. So my suggestion is that you organize agendas like this one. So as a minimum that you give a couple of days to reconstruct certain sections of the I'm still working on the the assignment of a counselor, so this person can actually help you out, but instead I will be around giving you a hand. What else I want to give you? This one that as soon as you can open it, you will see the initial suggested timeline that was given to you in June 2014, meaning that we are almost 7 months behind the work. So I just sent it to you for you to check the dates, the activities, and what you have to actually do in order to comply with this. So Jessica, it's a very interesting topic. There must be something that makes it different, and that is what you're going to do once you read all the possible documents. Here, this is a suggestion that I have for you. I have 2 suggestions from Intellectum. I have some general suggestions from, let's say, just Googling things, and a couple of articles that I will be sending you via email, right? So here are some articles. So it's very important that you actually read and concentrate on what you have. And from now on, if you want to, before any person is assigned to you, do please continue sending me papers every single week with every single question. Send me some possible, let's say, times to see when we can meet. I'm generally counseling at 4, or let's say that I'm counseling in the mornings or at noon certain days. So it's very important that you let me know your times, okay?